This is Anthony Meindl's Actor Workshop, and this is the East Coast division of the #1 acting school in Los Angeles. What? We've been rated like 3 years in a row. Best scene study, best cold read, best, I don't know, hooty hoo, all those things. But a lot of goodness happening over there in LA, and we just sort of started here in New York, and it's fun and exciting, and I'm excited to be on the ground floor of it and to watch it grow with all of you guys. So last week, we talked about listening, right? And how that's a main point of our job as actors. Really, we're asked to show up, be relaxed, and listen. And not just to the words that are being said, but to the feeling behind the words and to the spiritual things that are happening even behind that. There's 3 different layers of listening. And so this week I want to talk about reacting, right? Because acting is really simply reacting. And the second you start acting, it means that you're making some action without already assessing the situation. You know, people who walk into the room, and they're like, oh my God, you guys, I was so late, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And they start telling you this whole story before they gauge the energy in the room, which is kind of what I just did. But I'm the teacher, and so it's sort of my job to come in and change the energy of the room. But you know, it's annoying when you're having a conversation, like an intimate sort of private conversation, and then somebody walks in and they're just like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're not gonna believe, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, actually, I was talking, but thanks for listening and even surveying the energy in the room before you started. And I think that oftentimes as actors, we have a tendency to do that because we think that we have to perform and do and be something other than what we are, when actually our job is to chill and to listen and then react to what is being served to us. It's just like sports, right? You know, someone hits you a ping pong ball over here, you have to react to that. You have to hit it from this direction. If they hit the ball over here, just because you were rehearsing it in your bedroom the night before this way, when they hit the ball this way, you have to respond to that. You have to react to where that is and be honest and truthful with what's happening into the right now. So this is, I use this analogy way too much, way more than I should, the sports acting analogy, because I am maybe the worst athlete on the planet Earth. And I don't know anything about sports, except I do know this. I know that professional athletes practice and train a lot, every day. Every day. And here's the thing, y'all. You moved to New York City to be an actor, you're in the Olympics of acting. Here you are, you've arrived, you're in the Olympics. Every day. You gotta do this every day. But what you don't do every day is pick up your sides and pick up your scene and rehearse how you're gonna do the scene. You don't practice how you're gonna say the lines. What you practice is letting go. You practice listening, you practice trusting, you practice reacting. That we can do every day. But think about it, a football player goes to the gym every day. They work out on the treadmill every day. They get in shape every day. They even play football every day. But they have no way of knowing how the Super Bowl game is gonna go until they're there. You can't plan it, you can't predict it, and it's the exact same with acting. You don't know how the audition's gonna go. You don't know what your partner's gonna give you on the set until you are there and listening and reacting to it. But if you haven't been practicing listening, you haven't been practicing reacting, you haven't been practicing relaxation, then you're gonna get up there and you're gonna freeze. Just like the athlete who hasn't been going to the gym or working out or running or practicing football games is gonna get into the Super Bowl and he's gonna freeze, right? So it's not that we don't do any work, we do work, but we do it in a joyful way and we practice surrendering, we practice letting go, we practice listening, we practice reacting. We don't practice how we're gonna say those lines in this way, because that is bullcrap, it's false. And it's not real, and it's just your left brain idea of how you think it's supposed to go. It's not your right brain creative self coming through. Make sense? Good.